Welcome back to Houston Life. Have you ever wanted to get up close and personal with sharks?
No.
Same, but you can at the Houston Museum from a safe distance. The Houston Museum of Natural Science, they've got a great thing going on.
Yeah, so this is, they tell me, a hands-on experience with live sharks. Sounds totally jawsome.
Ooh, haha.
As you taught me earlier.
Yes.
Lauren Kelly is taking us inside this afternoon. So, LK, this is true then. Visitors can go in and really touch the sharks.
Yes, look, I've got my sleeves rolled up today, but I am not doing that without the professional help here of Stephanie Bradbury. This is so cool because, number one, I think that sharks get a little bit of a bad rap according to our movies that we've seen in the past, but they're really gentle animals. Is that safe to say?
I wouldn't say gentle, but they're very misunderstood animals.
Misunderstood,
yeah.
That's a great word.
Yeah.
So I want you to give our viewers a little bit of an overview of the exhibit, because now really is a great time with the kids back in school. It's a little bit calmer and quieter here at the museum. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so the general purpose or overview of the sharks exhibit here at the Houston Museum of Natural Science is just to go over, like, what is a shark? What makes a shark special? Or, you know, what makes a shark unique from other fish in the world? Because sharks are fish. Not a lot of people realize that.
And I feel like a lot of these facts are myth busting, these previous things that you have in your head about them, like what they eat. They don't eat humans, right?
Exactly. Nobody likes the taste of humans.
No,
we taste gross.
But you can learn all about the backgrounds of many different sharks here, and the tank behind us is where you can actually come and touch them. Who's in the tank?
So you might not be able to see it right now, but we actually have 9 bamboo sharks in there. We've got 2 epaulets. We've got a number of Atlantic rays, Pacific rays, and some shovel-nose rays. But since this is an ongoing exhibit and the animals get touched all the time, they do need breaks. So I've got more animals in the back, so we'll be rotating them throughout the life of this exhibit. I might get new sharks or new stingrays in here, just depending on their temperament and availability.
Like you said, temperament, I want to touch on that. You mentioned that there are bitey sharks, but those are the ones that are nocturnal and they might not be awake during the day, so those tend to be awake at night when the guests are not around.
Exactly. Well, a lot of these are nocturnal animals in here, but we have more benthic or calmer sharks and rays in here as well. Plus, these guys have been born and bred in captivity, which does help the population in the wild, so that way, you know, we're not over harvesting. And so they are used to people, but a lot of the bigger sharks that people might want to see, or, you know, people might want to touch, might be
recognize. Because this guy looks, that's a stingray.
Yes, that's one of our, that's Casper, our Atlantic stingray. Yeah, he's our friendly stingray.
Okay, so when people come around here, what do they kind of just put their arm inside the water?
They would just do 2-finger touch if one of the animals comes out.
Okay.
And they would just touch the ray. It might be a little bit better to touch them if they are on the platform.
That way you're not sticking your entire arm into the water. Now, Stephanie, do these sharks like cold water? Are they acclimated to warm water? What's in the tank right now?
The temperature of this tank is exactly 74.5 degrees Fahrenheit. So they like more temperate waters. These are more tropical animals right now.
Okay, so that's why they do really well in probably our waters that are close enough to Houston, the Gulf of Mexico and things like this. Well, like he's right here and I want to touch him, but he's very far down. I feel like I need a bathing suit to get in there.
She might go up to the ramp now.
Okay.
She's very stubborn.
So you know that's a she. So
yes,
how many she's versus he's are in this tank?
Oh, so far I know we only have 2 males and the rest of the rays are females.
Okay.
The 2 epaulets are males, and then the bamboo sharks I have no clue about right now. They're too little.
Last question. This might seem silly. The very, very big shark, the Meg that we saw at the top of the show, that is one who's not going to be in a tank like this. That is one you don't want to touch.
Right.
That's not one that we can find in our waters over here, right?
Right. They are extinct. No longer exist. My sons are very sad about that, but they were alive a long time ago, and thankfully not so much in the waters today, but there are also very awesome larger shark species that do exist, like whale sharks, great white sharks, basking sharks that you can see. They don't get that big.
And even though they don't exist in the water, you can still come to the Houston Museum of Natural Science and learn all about them. HMNS.org. Stephanie, thank you so much for all the info. You guys don't go anywhere because we've got lots more things that are here at the exhibit at Houston Museum of Natural Science coming up when Houston Life returns. I'm going to dry my hands off and head over to King Tut. How does that sound?
It sounds great.
It sounds really good.
Very
cool. Yeah, say hi to the sharks, send them our love, and we're sorry that all the media always makes them out to be the bad guy.
That's true. Sharks are misunderstood. For sure.
I'll let them know.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, still.
Well, if you are looking for something fun in the new year, this should already be on your radar. The Houston Museum of Natural Science is open, and it's a new year, so it's now time for you to make sure you stop in because some of the exhibits are out of this world. Kathleen Havens, I love chatting with you about your passion for King Tut. We are inside the King Tut exhibit. We featured this right when it opened, but
we did.
You know what? This is a perfect time to come in because it's nice and calm for the new year, and you can fully take it in.
Exactly. It's very busy over the holidays. Everybody's out of school, but now the kids are back in school. Now you can have a little bit of the place to yourself if you come.
I love speaking with you on King Tut because that is really your specialty, and you put so much hard work into this. Let's tell everybody a little bit about the exhibit because this is one that you can come in and really last all day. Like, there's a lot of stuff to see here.
There is a lot going on here. Not only do we have this exhibit, right, this experience where you can come in and walk through basically a one-to-one replica of King Tut's tomb. But you can also go next door to the Hall of Ancient Egypt and kind of place that on the larger timeline of ancient Egyptian history.
Because it goes back so far, we tend to group those together, but there are so many years in between, and it's fascinating to see everything from the pyramids to King Tut.
Exactly.
What's behind? Let's address the white elephant in the room here. What's behind us? That's actually like are we looking at a coffin there?
We're looking at a set of nesting coffins.
Okay.
This is part of the magical and physical protection that surrounded Tut's mummy.
Okay.
The smallest one was solid gold. And then you have the middle one and then the big one on the outside. All of that inside a sarcophagus of stone and 4 golden shrines.
It's kind of like those stacking dolls where it's one inside of the other one that's bigger inside of the other one.
Exactly.
Which is fascinating to see what's inside each of those coffins,
It is,
right?
Can you imagine going and for the first time opening all this up and just wondering what it was that you were gonna look at next after 3,000 years of not being seen?
No, and I know this is a very hard question, but what is one of your favorite pieces of this exhibit? Because everything in here is so magnificent, but what's your favorite part to tell guests and viewers about?
It's funny because there's so much gold and really cool stuff to look at. I like the meat mummies.
So wait, okay, you said this word to me and I was like, what is a meat mummy? And it's kind of exactly what you're saying it is, right? It's exactly what you think?
It's a mummy made out of meat.
Okay,
so
a meat mummy.
It was going to be his meals in the afterlife, right? So all kinds of different types of meat, like goose and all kinds of things. They would take it, mummify it, and stick it in a wooden box and stick it in the tomb so that he could eat just like he had in life.
In the afterlife. It's so fascinating. Well, I love this exhibit. It's open on days that the museum is open. HMNS.org for more information. And I can't pick a favorite thing here because there's so much to explore at the museum. And I wish that everybody had a personal tour guide like you to take along with them because it's fascinating to hear like your love and your knowledge of all of these things, especially in King Tut's tomb.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
And you don't have to pick.
I can just love them all.
Whatever you want.
I want the meat mummies.
I have a different favorite every day.
I want the meat mummies. I want the gold from the coffins.
Exactly.
All right, you guys, I'm going to put a link up at HoustonLife.tv with more information. Kathleen, thank you so much for the info, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Thank you so much. Derek and Tessa, back to you guys.
It really is a great time, too, to get out to the museum. It seems kind of quiet there today, Lauren. And I know there's so much the kids will love, but adults, I mean, when we go, we'll spend an entire day because there's so much to see and do.
Never stop learning.
All right. Thanks, LK.